Hey everyone, this is E. We're playing through Jet Set Radio levels, and I'm teaching you guys how to get the jet ranking in all of them. So here begins probably the first of the three toughest levels in the game. If you'll notice, they are a combination of three previous levels. So for this one especially, you're going to get hit a lot unless you're really efficient. So I suggest using a character with number one, a high graffiti score, and also high power. So you might have unlocked Goji at this point, so use him if you have him. If you don't, use Piranha, I would suggest. So you'll see here, I'm actually avoiding any of those tags. I'm going straight down, and at this point, after I've picked up a bunch of spray cans, I'm moving back up. So I'll have to make another video on probably unlocking different characters, because getting some of them are more complicated than others. So you'll see here I'm starting off with all the way moving over here. In this level, when you start off, there will be a lot of bombs being placed throughout the level, so that's why I'm running through all of those and not spraying them. I actually sprayed this green one because in these levels you're going to have to tag some of the green pieces of graffiti. Those ones are optional, but at this point, graffiti will give you more score than any time you'll save by beating the level faster, so you're going to have to hit some of those green ones. So you'll see here, the bombs are triggered. You wouldn't see any of the explosions because I already triggered the bombs as I, walked by them. So if you were to spray this one without triggering the bomb first, you take some damage. So just be aware of that. And yeah, the other good thing about Goji is he holds a lot of spray cans. Way more than any other character with a high graffiti score, which makes him so very useful in this level. And now that I've gotten myself back up, essentially what I recommend you do is if you run through any green tags, just go ahead and spray them if they're in your area. So you can see I just hit those two. And now moving on, at this point you want to finish up the rest of the level. And I saw some more green tags over here, so I'm gonna hit them just because they're around me and it's convenient. Okay, so at this point you're gonna want to make your way back up again after collecting some spray cans. The extra large green tags you definitely want to hit, because if you go through this level efficiently but you don't hit any green tags, you're probably not gonna get the jet right here. Like, I've tried, and you just can't rack up enough points. Alright, so now we've hit this one. I need to probably at this point get some more spray cans because I don't have enough to finish off the extra large graffiti. The one where you spawned at, right when you spawn, there's that extra large green graffiti tag that you can hit. So I'm just collecting some spray cans and making my way back up. So this level is pretty damn challenging. The one thing to note is that the order you do them in isn't necessarily the order that I did them in this video. You might be able to do the three different portions of the level in different order if you want, but this way, I guarantee you, if you follow what I do in this video, you'll get the jet ranking, as long as you do it fast enough. And yeah, so I'm just spraying this extra large tag here, and once we are done with this, we are going to go on to the second section. So this is the three Shibuya levels combined into one. So at this point we are actually going to go to the hilly level. I'm not really sure what you want to call it exactly, but there's the bus terminal, which we're going to hit last, but right after this we're going to hit the hilly Shibuya level, the one where you chase the love shockers through in a previous mission. So I'm just going to drop down. Doesn't matter if you take damage, it's not that big of a deal, and you're going to follow the tunnels all the way through. until you hit the end. And once you hit the end, you're going to go up the stairs. You'll see in a second, it just takes a little bit of time here. And yeah, I have to say that these 3 levels coming up, this one and the next 2, are my favorite. They're way more complicated because you'll find these random places that usually are blocked off in the previous levels, but now they get opened up and you'll see how they connect, and it's kind of cool really seeing how the levels connect with each other. Alright, so now we are on top of the hilly level, as I like to call it. So come down here, and you do want to hit these green optional graffiti here. And so in this level, you want to avoid some of the larger red tags. You'll see here I'm running through some of these red tags because, again, explosions, the bombs underneath it, they will go off once you get close enough, which is why I sort of double back around instead of stopping and hitting it. Yeah, so in the middle area, there are a few large tags that you want to hit first before you do any of the small ones. Yeah, so at this point I had sort of memorized where those tags were, but you might need to look at a map if you can't find them. And you'll always know if a bomb is triggered because you'll hear the explosions behind you. So all of these medium and large pieces of graffiti, they will have bombs underneath them. And the reason why I'm hitting these first is because there's some really annoying enemies that get called in about right when you finish these medium and large tags. And if they're here when you're still trying to do these, you're gonna have a really tough time, which is why I do these first. And yeah, so at this point I've cleaned those up and I'm just gonna finish the rest of the tags. Alright, so these are the enemies that I'm talking about. They're super annoying when you're trying to hit medium and large graffiti. So that is why I hit those first. And really at this point we are on to our third section of this level. I'm gonna make my way down to the bottom of the hill. There's some nice places here you can grind on. Make sure you fill up on graffiti. And one thing to mention, there are two more down here that you have to hit, or not down here, up here on the ledge. Make sure you don't forget about those 2. And then make sure you also don't forget about the ones on the bottom of the hill. There's also a couple of small pieces of graffiti over here that you have to hit. You want to hit these last because you're going to need to come down here anyway. Yeah, so just make sure that you don't miss any. Check your map like I just did because there's a couple of random ones. And what we are going to do here is, this is a good jump to make. It saves you a lot of time. Okay, so here's the little hub that connects all 3 levels. Again, there's multiple ways to get around to each section, each of the 3 sections, but this is the way I chose. And right here, the helicopter really can't hit you unless you stop moving. So just keep moving. You'll notice what I do is I jump at the end of the sprint. Sometimes just because it gives you a little bit extra speed. That's just a random tip. And so you want to go ahead and hit the 3 buses first. The enemies that are chasing you can be very troublesome, and sometimes they'll hit you multiple times. So once they start running, what I would suggest you to do is go up the stairs or grind up the stairs and see if you can't hit some other tags while you're at it. So at this point, since I had to run from those guys, I'm just going to finish the rest of the tags up here. The opponents, they can't hit you from up here, so I'll just finish these guys off. This is tough. It's easy to fall off the ledge here before you get the 3rd one. It's weird, but yeah. So I got those 3, and I just kind of got stuck for a moment. But I'm gonna go down here and hit the optional tags in the cars. And at this point, I've sort of lost the guys with the flamethrowers for a little bit at least. So you want to be really fast with these. And like I said, it's okay if you get hit once or twice, but you have to run away. Sometimes they will hit you, and they will hit you again right after you come out of your little damage animation. So this is really the last one. And yeah, this level can be pretty tough, but hopefully you get it. Let me know in the comments if you have any trouble, and I will help you out, and we'll see you guys in the next one.